Hey Dino Dudes, what's going on? It's me, the Media Raptor, and I am back with a brand new movie review. Before I begin, I want to explain a couple things. This review should have been up on Sunday last week, but last Sunday, my power went out and my camera was dead, so I couldn't record it. So even if I did, I was going to be gone the whole next week. So even if I was, it just wasn't going to work out the way I hoped. Okay, I wanted this review to come out earlier, but I was away for a week and my power went out. Just a bunch of stuff happened and I couldn't get the review up. Anyhow, tonight I'm going to take a look at the third installment of the Sharknado trilogy. And I never thought I would say those two words, Sharknado and trilogy, together. That movie is Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No. Just for the sake of it, I'm just going to call it Sharknado 3. That second title I didn't like a lot. Anyhow, what I talked about in the second review was something I liked about it compared to the first one is how crazy they went for trying to make the second one. I don't know how this is possible, guys, but number 3 is actually... Well, number 3 is not out yet. It's still on TV and stuff. Comes out October 8th, I believe. It's crazier than Sharknado 2. And it's better than Sharknado 1. Not a quality term, just an entertainment term. It's better than the first two. It is the best Sharknado film to date. It is also the craziest Sharknado film to date. And it's got terrible writing, terrible acting, complete lapses in logic, mind-boggling questions that a movie will leave you with, terrible character development, but I loved every single second of it. So, we've already had a Sharknado attack Los Angeles, New York. What could happen this time? Well, the movie opens with sharks destroying Washington, D.C. I'm not going to give you a whole plot summary because I want to talk about some other stuff. Anyhow, so after they do that, and Finn is named the first member of the Order of the Golden Chainsaw. By the way, if anyone who worked on the movie is watching this, I want to be a member of the Order of the Golden Chainsaw. Okay, I think I've deserved it, considering how many times I've seen this and the fact I wore a Sharknado costume. Alright, I feel like I deserve it. Anyhow, so afterwards, he's married to his wife again, and April is pregnant. Yes, Tara Reid's still in these. And their daughter Chloe is back when she wasn't in the second one, as well as Nova, who wasn't in the second one, but was in the first one. So where is she in the second one? They don't bother to explain. All they say is she's actually been hunting Sharknadoes ever since the first one, and you would think, considering how much she hates sharks, she was swallowed alive by one and cut out from a shark, she wouldn't really ever want to be near sharks again. Which, arguably, you could state that's why she wasn't in this. But in the third one, it's, nope, I got this shark, RV with all these weapons and stuff on it. Let's go Sharknado hunting. And the Sharknado attacks California. So, yeah, pretty much they have to try and stop the Sharknado. But this time, Finn's dad, actually, played by David Hasselhoff, is along for the ride. And how does this movie end? Spoiler alert. You're going to want to have your glasses ready to take off if you're wearing them. They fly into outer space, use a Russian satellite to blow up the Sharknado. David Hasselhoff gets left on the moon. April gives birth in a shark falling down to Earth, and then another shark lands on her, potentially killing her on a cliffhanger. Sorry. I wish I was joking, but literally, this film ends with them going into outer space. They use a lightsaber chainsaw and a Russian satellite to blow up the Sharknado. April gives birth to her son in a shark, falling from space down to Earth, survives, which makes no sense whatsoever. And the movie ends on a really, really annoying cliffhanger, because I was kind of hoping this would be the final one, actually, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. But a shark potentially lands on her, and now it's been a vote thing on Twitter if you want her to live or die. By the way, hashtag April dies. I don't want Tara Reid in any more of these because I can't stand her. And she served her purpose for the first 3 films. Don't have her in the 4th. Anyhow, so the acting, it's Tara Reid. What do you expect? The acting is terrible from everyone. But the celebrity cameos are still great. There's still tons of celebrity cameos, and those actors do kind of have fun with it. David Hasselhoff, he has a fun time just kind of hamming it up. But I only know 3 things he's been in. I have not seen Baywatch because I don't care about that show. What I know him from is Sharknado 3, Kung Fury, and the SpongeBob movie, the first one. Yeah. Anyhow, so the acting is wooden, it's cheap, it's annoying, but it's just so enjoyable. Special effects. This film kind of got a bit of an upgrade effect, but it kind of got a budget upgrade from the first 2. The sharks still look terrible, don't get me wrong. The effects here are terrible, but they look fake, but also cheesily fake. Not like they didn't have the money fake in the first one. Not like, oh, let's see if we can try this in the second one. But I'm talking like trauma movie fake. Like, they look fake, but they had enough budget to look good at least, even though they look terrible, and that's what they're supposed to look like. So, yeah, we have like dual-bladed chainsaws, we have flamethrowers that look terrible, we have people being decapitated and cut in half, we have sharks being impaled on American flags, we have sharks being cut in half on the moon, we have lightsaber chainsaws. It all looks terrible, the blood looks terrible, but it at least is fun. And some of the practical effects actually look okay, and I was surprised by that, especially considering the franchise we're talking about. And I call it franchise because we've already confirmed a Sharknado 4. There's nothing really to say about music and camera. There's nothing I remember about it, aside from a pretty good reference to 2001, like the music in the space scene. And other than that, we have that really catchy Ballad of Sharknado, which I think is still really catchy. And other than that, though, that's pretty much all there is to say about it. So can I recommend Sharknado 4? Oh, hell yes. And that was a terrible, terrible pun, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I just said Sharknado 4, I said Sharknado 3 is what I want. I recommend Sharknado 3. It's the craziest, the most off-the-wall, the most obscene, the most unbelievable Sharknado film yet, and it's my favorite. Guys, I've loved these films since the first one aired 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. But then again, I've been on YouTube for 3 years, and this was the first review I ever did when you actually, well, saw me. First review I actually did was Sharktopus, and that was not even that was sort of like a Media Raptor audio review. Here's the thing. After Sharknado 4, I don't want there to be another Sharknado movie. And I know it's surprising coming from me, the guy who has sat here and talked about all 3 of them now and said they are some of the greatest films ever made, or at least in a bad way. But there's only so far you can take something for like just over-the-top insanity and cheesiness before it gets old. And if they keep making Sharknado films, they're going to have to keep trying and push it to the next extreme, like extreme over-the-top goofiness. Sooner or later, they're going to fail. Sharknado 4 is already being made, and I'm going to watch it. I'm probably going to love it. This movie scores 4 Raptor Claws out of 4. It's fantastic, but after Sharknado 4, I really don't want another Sharknado movie. Now, if we had like Ian Ziering come back and be in Sharknado versus Lavalantula, I'd be totally cool with that. Or Sharknado versus Megapython versus Gatoroid. I know that's impossible considering how that movie ended, but still. As for just a straight up Sharknado sequel, after number 4, I want them to stop because they're gonna ruin the franchise. The Asylum, if you guys are watching this, I love your work on the Sharknado franchise. They are my all-time favorite movies. You guys are fantastic at making bad movies. But please, after number 4 of Sharknado, stop. Alright? And that's all the time I have for today, folks. So be sure to come back on Tuesday when I'm going to take a look at a movie that have Nazis in it. Apparently, they're at the center of the earth. But until next time, guys, this is the Meteor Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see you Dino Dudes around. Later!